Hello everyone, it's me Mark. So in this video I'm gonna show you how to use the JSON file what we created with our new profiles like homework, main, car, anything what you can do. This should be in step 1 on my YouTube channel. Basically we're gonna set the volumes and the ring or notification sounds right now. We're gonna use this profile. To this profile belongs this quick button here in my notification zone. I created this with auto notification, and as you can see now it stays loud there, but if I push it, I don't want to push it right now because this should deactivate my D&D don't disturb mode right away, and this is connected with the volume profile. Why do we need that? We need this because if I'm using my phone, the separated buttons to activate don't disturb every time if my TASKER is controlling my profiles, it would deactivate the D&D, so I needed to connect these two anyway. So let's take a look inside. This is simply a command where we're gonna use mute as command filter, and we're gonna set variable names to parameter 1 and parameter 2. We're gonna use regex inside, and let's go into the profile set volume. As I told you, I'm activating always this task even if one of my profiles like work, home gets set, and this one will run either if we are using that tile up there. So the first step is we're gonna set parameter 1 to on if global variable sound isn't matching on or muted. The second step, this one I only need it if I run the task first ever. So basically this is always deactivated. We are just using that to set our tile with the icon and with the functions to get the tile for the right function, and then we're gonna run this first time. If the tile is set, we're gonna deactivate, and after that the tile is working and anything else is working. We need the wait command here. You can just ignore this wait until. Actually, if you following my guides and you just copy my solutions, then in the next few videos you're gonna understand why do we have this wait until command right here, but it's useless if you are just looking for a volume and for the sound profile what you could find in the step 1 on my YouTube channel. So then we are gonna use auto to text. We're gonna use a replacement right here. This is the parameter 1. Text is the same, the variable name is the same, and we're gonna pick on as command, and if the parameter 1 holds on inside, so the value is on, we're gonna simply change the variable value to font color green and sound turn it on. If parameter 1 value is muted, we're gonna change that to font color red, and phone is muted, stays over there. This is just the optical thing why I'm using on and muted. You're gonna see it right now in the next steps. We're gonna have an if statement. If parameter 1 is matching on or muted, that means I used this tile over there. Then we're gonna set the sound global variable to parameter 1. So the sound global variable gonna always have the value of the actual state of our don't disturb. And then we're gonna use auto to text parameter 1. We're gonna pick label here and also make a replacement. So if the label is on, we're gonna set loud. If the parameter 1 is muted, we're gonna set muted on Hungarian. So actually with this one step we can even control the text, the label of this quick tile. Then second auto tool text. This is just a toggle. So actually, as I told you, this tile is only for don't disturb. So if I push it once, it should be on. If I push it twice, it should be muted. So we're gonna use auto tool text parameter 1 and set a toggle and set it on. Or if it's the incoming command is on, it should be automatically changed to muted. If the incoming command is muted, it should automatically change to on. Then this is the tile, what you can see here with Hangoush. Auto notification ties. As you can see, the command is mute and command. The label is label, and the icon. This is why I'm using on and muted also in the commands, because I set an icon from TASKER itself, but here at the end I change it this value to parameter 1, because this icon at end with on and muted also existing. So this one step and state toggle active inactive. So this one panel guarantees me that right now that I am loud, I'm gonna have this speaker, and actually if this command should be parameter 1 is muted, this sign will simply change in one step as the label, of course. So then we're gonna set an end if step. In the next step we're gonna set an if parameter 1 or sound isn't matching muted. Then we're gonna set our tones right away. Here we're gonna set the auto tools JSON read. I'm marking the JSON file, which if you don't know how do we set that, you should take a look in my other tutorial in step 1, how to set profiles to a JSON file. You're gonna find it on my channel. So the fields are profiles, Bluetooth volume, profiles media volume, alarm volume, ringer volume, notification volume, and of course notification sound and ringer sound. We're gonna filter for the fields in the JSON file for profiles, name, and the filter values right now is profile. So actually every time if I'm changing my location profile, like I'm in the car, I'm at work, it's in the main profile, or I'm at home, it's always that global variable what's gonna hold the name for my profile. How do we activate this? I'm gonna make a new other video. So if you have done that, we're gonna simply set tone with the JSON values, notification, ringtone, and we're gonna set the system volume, Bluetooth volume, media volume. By the media volume, I got here one global variable state playing. It's also a different video why we created this, but the cause because I created this is very simple. As you know, TASKER is running in the background after a few minutes and controlling the active profiles always, and if you're using a state in your profile actually, so that means if I'm playing a media, any media, I have it stored that I'm playing a media in a global variable, because then the volume, the media volume isn't going to change, because it's really disturbing if I need to use volume 10 and then once if the task is running it should just turn back to the original volume value, and this is disturbing because then you need to manually correct it back. So we're gonna set alarm volume, ringer volume, notification volume, then we're gonna set and if, and this is the last part to activate and deactivate do not disturb. If parameter 1 set to on, we're gonna allow all. If sound is muted, I just want to have a vibrate mode, and if sound is muted, I want to have all my do not disturb working. So Another way to activate this task is of course by my profiles. So how does this look like? As you can see, this is the variable what I'm using with my location profile names. So profile, it's an event, profile is set, and if you watch the first video, then you know what's that name, task running profile new geo. Actually this is when we're setting up our location profiles, and by the setup I don't want to run this task or to activate this profile, so this is why we have here no task running profile new geo. This should also activate the profile set volume. The first one was the manual activation method, what I showed you, but this is only for don't disturb, and this is the real profile which is gonna set our volume, but this is just running in the same task and using the profile global variable in our AutoTools JSON read to get the correct values for the volume and the correct ringer or notification sound. So thanks for watching, hope it helps for someone, and see you next time.